Well, a little bit of technicalities here and there, but let's continue driving your business. And this particular moment, we're going to take a look at the weather. I do believe this is Rita Kawanyo's favorite segment at the moment.
Why?
I did say at the moment.
Why should it be my favorite? I love to tell you, I love to let you know what you do not know at some point, and also I would love to honestly share with you what you anticipate as we move forward or as we go ahead with the day. And now let us go into our weather updates regarding from whether it's going to rain, whether it's going to be sunny, how are the temperatures going to be, how is the humid or how is the humidity going to be from the different areas you are watching us from. And not only do we look around here, but we cross even borders, highlighting for you what weather forecast shall it be across maybe other continents. And also you've got people, friends, family there, you can share with them in case they are still sleeping or not in the know what they anticipate. For now, let us head into weather forecast of the day and what is going to be coming there. And in the morning, you realize it is a bit warm with the 25 degrees Celsius. In the afternoon, it will be a bit relatively hot with the 27 degrees Celsius. And in the evening, temperatures will drop at 23 degrees Celsius. And it will be a moderate cold night as the overnight takes on. And what is there to tell as we head into the temperatures? Will it be hot? Will it be very cold? It will be hot at around 8 degrees Celsius and lower
the temperatures will stay the same, 25 degrees Celsius, though, and let's say some coldness of 5% in the evening, and then also let it be 91%, as visibility 9.66 kilometers. Then moon phase will be a waxing crescent, and the wind speed will be moving at 0 kilometers per hour.
And we head into our people in Busia, in Kenya, across the border around there, neighboring the borders of Kenya and Uganda. You will realize it has been a very sunny morning with 27 degrees Celsius. In the afternoon, it will be even more hot with 29 degrees Celsius. And in the evening, temperatures will drop around there. You will realize it's going to be a bit coldly at 23 degrees Celsius. Also, overnight, we'll be experiencing a cold night around there. And now, what is happening around the temperatures, whether they're going to be hot or whether they're going to be lower as the day moves on? You will realize it will be lowering or tending to be hot at 31 degrees Celsius. The temperatures are going to be high there. That means Busia, around people the border, you're going to experience a very hot day, and the lower one will be around 19 degrees Celsius. The humidity at 71%, visibility at 14.48 kilometers, and wind will surely be traveling around 10 kilometers per hour with a new moon phase of waxing crescent around there, with the dew point being 14%.
14.
14 degrees Celsius.
Well, away from Busia, let's now take a look at North Kivu, that is in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. The morning time is 20 degrees Celsius, a bit cloudy and a bit sunny, not too much sunshine in the morning, and it will still remain the same till the afternoon with a slight change in temperatures to 21 degrees Celsius. And let's look at the evening time, 17 degrees Celsius. With the overnight taking up with 14 degrees Celsius. That is for the northern part of Democratic Republic of Congo, for the North Kivu in the Democratic Republic of Congo. And when you look at the high will be at 22 degrees Celsius, then the low will be at 14 degrees Celsius, humidity at 80%. Then when you look at the visibility will be at 14.48 kilometers. Wind strength will be moving at 15 kilometers per hour. Then the dew point will be 12 degrees. Then the moon phase will still be a waxing crescent. There, when you look at the interpretation of the weather forecast in there.
And for our people in Imbarara and Hoima districts, it is relatively going to be the same. For people in Imbarara and Hoima, you're going to be experiencing the same weather forecast. And the morning, you realize it has been a bit sunny with 27 degrees Celsius. In the afternoon, you're going to experience a very hot afternoon at 31 degrees Celsius, while the temperatures will actually drop in the evening at 27 degrees Celsius. In the overnight, you will experience at least a little bit of coldness at 22 degrees Celsius, and that means that the temperatures are going to be high at 32 degrees Celsius, making it very hot as the day goes on, and 20 degrees Celsius lower. Humidity will be also at 71%, while the visibility is
We take it to Washington, D.C. in the United States. Well, this temperature is quite worrying, but I think this is because it is in the west, 17 degrees. And look at the wind strength, and as well still with the Washington DC in the United 18 kilometers per hour. That is the
temperature and also the weather being a bit hot today, so you realize when you've carried a jacket around you seen the temperatures will
have some rain today.
because the temperatures dropped, but it will just be a normal one.
A lot of dust in most of the areas across Kampala. Well, when you look at what we do have today in our topic of discussion, we are going to be looking at substandard communication devices on the market. And the gentleman that will be joining us will be coming in from the Uganda Communications Commission. That is Joseph Chizito, the head of consumer protection at UCC, Uganda Communications Commission. Last week on Friday, we did have this particular report that we are bringing back on board for you to actually understand how far we are going to discuss, or to understand our main topic of the day. As of last week, Uganda Communication Commission and the Anti-Counterfeit Network engaged stakeholders on the effects of using fake gadgets. During the high-level dialogue on substandard communication devices and electronic waste, the government and the Anti-Counterfeit Network Africa engaged the different stakeholders from the private sector on the impact the substandard items have on the Ugandan market, among which they actually did discuss that having a stolen phone is also carrying a fake gadget with you. And in line to fight the counterfeit and substandard products, government plans to educate, among the others, sensitize Ugandans about the counterfeit and substandard products on the market. These being electronic devices like phones and computers, so that they can enforce the law to fight the vice that is actually eating up the market in Uganda. Let's first have a recap of this report.
Uganda has a big number of people buying and using fake communication devices because they are cheaper and easily accessible compared to the genuine ones. Presenting on the legal risks attached to using substandard devices and electronic waste, Counsel Fred Moema, the head of legal and corporate affairs at the Anti-Counterfeit Africa, says it should be noted that being in possession of a stolen phone, one should know that once a phone is stolen, then it is deemed a fake product.
As a lawyer, I'll tell you that ignorance of the law is no defense. So if you don't know what the law says that is fake, you'll be caught. And then you have to pay me to get you out. According to the regulations, the SIA, what I'll call the SIA, a stolen phone, though it is originally genuine and original, it becomes fake. It becomes counterfeit. If you go back to the definition of counterfeit communication apparatus that I showed you, you'll see that in the definition, if the IMEI is cloned or stolen, then that becomes a fake. The question again might be, but if my phone had an original IMEI number and you steal it, does the IMEI number become fake or cloned? If you ask me, I'll tell you it becomes fake, because an IMEI number, when you go to register or to buy your phone, is given to you as Fred, specific to you. So the number is attached to you. So if you now present yourself as Tom and you take Fred's IMEI number, it amounts to cloning or faking. That is my argument.
Godfrey Baluku Kabyanga, the State Minister for National Guidance, says that this dialogue was set to get in touch with the private sector and the key players that will enforce fighting counterfeit off the market, and he notes that with this dialogue, they are trying to strengthen the power of the consumer as well as protecting him from buying counterfeit.
A dialogue of the willing, people who want to fight counterfeit and substandard goods. And we as government, we have all the laws which can facilitate us to fight counterfeit. But enforcement has been very, very difficult. But also, most of our laws, we have not gone out there to talk about them, to sensitize the people about these laws so that they understand them. Sometimes when you enforce a law which people don't understand, they fight you. But we as government, we have been talking. But every time you talk, they say, well, those are government people. Now here we are in a dialogue of civil society, non-governmental organizations, we are with government agencies, we are with the private lawyers. Like you have seen what Counsel Moema was presenting. He broke down the law and made it very simple. Probably me as a politician, I wouldn't have broken it in such a way. But for him, he's an expert in that. He has broken it down. He has made it very simple to understand. And I think if we pattern with him, He goes on radio, he goes on TVs, he goes in churches and mosques and tell the people that this is what the law says. They will understand. Then later on, our UCC, Uganda Communication Commission, Uganda Bureau of Standards and Customs can now swing into action to ensure they stop this and arrest anybody who is found with a fake phone. But someone has to understand, what is a fake phone? What does it look like? Is it a crime to buy a fake phone? I also didn't know that probably a stolen phone is a fake phone because now it is now Kaso Muema who is teaching me that, you see, a stolen phone is a what? A fake phone. So all those things the population needs to understand. So this dialogue is very important. It is a partnership which we are going to use seriously and see how we can stamp out fake phones and substandard phones. And then we also want to strengthen the consumer association, so that the consumer has powers to move things. But otherwise, our consumers here are still weak. They don't have a joint effort. They don't have a joint voice. So I think what we are also going to do, I think in this dialogue, is to come up with a resolution to strengthen the power of the consumer.
Joseph Chizito, Head of Consumer Protection at Uganda Communication Commission, who was representing the Uganda Communication Commission's ED, Irene Kagwase Wankambo, said that this dialogue is to engage the stakeholders in order to create room to eliminate counterfeit and substandard communication devices off the market.
The dialogue we're holding today is a consultative dialogue aimed at collaborating on our project of eliminating substandard communication devices. These are either phones, tablets, or any other device that is used for communication. So what we're doing here is engaging the private sector players, importers, distributors, network operators, to ensure that we have a discussion. We're engaging, it's called part of the stakeholder engagement. Now, to eliminate the counterfeit or substandard phones at the Uganda Communications Commission, we developed a roadmap that will actually take us to a point where substandard phones can no longer operate in our country. But to get there, we've decided to do it in 3 phases. One, where we go through a consultative process, we engage different players, like the importers, like other regulators, like enforcement bodies, and civil society, to get their views, and so that we have the most effective way, and we get stakeholder buy-in, and to ensure that people understand what we're trying to do as a UCC. Then after that, or while we're doing that, we're doing a lot of sensitization on the digital platforms, in the media. You'll see us in the one-on-one engagements. We're doing a lot of sensitization, so the end user, the consumer who's being hurt by this menace of substandard phones, understands what we're trying to do, and also we equip them with the power to know what they should do before they buy a phone, because a phone is no longer that luxury thing for calling and texting and social life only. No, you're doing commerce there, you're doing education there, you're keeping your money there. It's your identity, it's identified with you. So it's important that you have a genuine phone. It's important that if your phone is stolen, it's rendered useless, that even if the phone is stolen, your money is safe, your data is safe, your details, your pictures, your messages are all safe. So the mechanism to get in there is to make sure we have authentic phones, genuine phones that we can track and say this phone was manufactured by manufacturer X, it belongs to gentleman or lady Y and Z. So what we're doing right now is to consult, engage, so to get to understand, educate the masses. When the time comes, and also purposely mainly today, we're engaging the importers, the traders, the